Hey Winnicott, happy Friday.
I can't believe this is the last episode of the trimester due to the fall play teaser next week. And the trimester's almost over.
I know, right? It's been an exciting start to the school year. Have you started studying for the finals yet?
Yeah, totally.
You know what else is ending soon?
What?
Project Adventure.
Oh yeah, that's right. The class won't be going on until the spring.
Many students have learned a lot of valuable experiences in this class. Jack and I did a story on that. Let's roll it. A class of excitement, high adrenaline, and thrill. Project Adventure is a one-trimester gym class that tests your limits. This class will help you overcome challenges throughout a ropes course located behind the soccer field in the woods.
Slap me some hand, bro.
The class is run by Mr. Frankor with any students that are sophomores and up. Project Adventure started in the 80s but has been growing the past few years. With over 8 high rope courses, students can learn how to climb, belay, and conquer their fears of heights.
They just didn't realize how capable they were of doing things. That you need to try things new and stuff. I always tell them a story of rubbing your nose with something before you give up on it.
Students start off with building trust by performing small activities such as the trust ball and name games. This is important as students will have to work together well in potentially dangerous situations. Later in the trimester, students work on smaller versions of the rope courses and learn how to belay. Belaying is very important as a student can have a potential life in their hands when someone is high up. The class will not move on until everyone can belay in order to keep everyone safe.
Well, there can be some dangers in this class. There's some risk that is out there, but we go through all the safety and protocols right in the beginning of the trimester. We do have a belay test. I make sure that everyone is competent in belaying. Day one, we're not climbing trees.
When starting the rope courses, students get to look forward to courses such as the leap of faith and the flying squirrel. The flying squirrel requires the class to pull a student up into the air on a pulley system. The leap of faith requires you to climb over 55 feet up onto a platform and jump for a hanging bar. The leap of faith is a well-known element to do.
Oh God, the leap of faith. I'm gonna probably be the person that misses the bar and thinks I'm gonna fall, which is where trust comes in again, so your partner doesn't drop you.
I'm probably most fearful for the leap of faith.
It's a lot of raw, just untethered trust in your teammates. I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to it the whole trimester, but now that's right there, I'm kind of nervous.
As soon as I got to the top of that wooden platform, I realized, like Calvin said, how far down the ground was, and it doesn't look as far away, like the beam up top, but when I was up there, it was really far away, and I didn't think I was going to be able to grab it. This element will definitely help me work off of other elements because it definitely took a lot of courage to get up there. It was really scary. I jumped and my stomach dropped. I missed it, and it was, so scary.
My heart was racing, it still is. It doesn't look that high up from here, but once you get up there, you realize that the ground's pretty far away. The first time I got with both hands, the second time I tried to do it with one hand, but once you grab on, it either slips or it's a lot to hold on to with all your weight. It took a lot of focus to grab onto the bar. I know it seemed pretty simple, but once you're up there, there's a lot of things that could go wrong.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. It was definitely a bit farther than I thought it was going to be. You really have to just jump and hope you grab onto it. I was like, okay, just don't look down and hope I can reach it. I feel full of energy and adrenaline. Just have to keep that fearless mindset and just know that you're safe, and if you do fall, that nothing serious is really going to happen.
With Project Adventure, students come out of the class with a greater sense of bravery and trust. Many different obstacles requires the class to work together with teamwork and problem-solving skills. Join Project Adventure and become a stronger and more confident person overall. Those were some truly brave students.
Yeah, I remember doing the leap of faith myself. It was really scary, but a lot of fun.
Agreed. You know what else is unfortunately scary? All of the trash being left in the dining hall. Every day students go to the lunch, but many may not think about who cleans up after them. Nearly every day a mess is left around many lunch tables. Food is scattered across the floor, trays are left unattended, and drinks are spilled on the ground. Custodians, teachers, and cafeteria staff are left to pick up all the trash that students are leaving behind. Without all the help from the custodians, the lunchroom would be a big mess. If we all take a few minutes to empty the trays over the trash and return them, we can keep the lunchroom a clean place. Jack, what are you doing?
I'm practicing for when I see Jay Daly again.
Oh yeah, Jay Daly, he's an awesome trumpet player, and he went to Winnicott.
Daly recently paid a visit to his old school and held a seminar with the jazz band. I had a blast playing along with him. Michael Dunleavy was there and put together this story. Let's check it out.
Recently, Winnicott's jazz band had a special guest come back to Winnicott to teach a class. It was Jay Daly, a famous trumpet player who's been in business for over 35 years.
It was really, really stressful, I guess, when I first walked in, even though I'm not a trumpet player and he is, because when I was sitting behind the drum set, he looked at me and he said, "I'm relying on you," basically, because my beat was following him and like keeping his tempo. It was really stressful, but it was so much fun in the end. He's such a great guy.
Mr. Daly was really awesome. He was super nice and incredibly good. I was like low-key terrified of him just because he was really good. And I mean, he had a lot to offer, and I think we've definitely sight read our best.
Mr. Martin set up the trip and felt like his class got a lot out of Mr. Daly's visit. Mr. Martin has known about Daly since the early days of his music career.
Jay is great. He growing up as a musician in New Hampshire, Jay Daly is a name that I was very aware of just because he's from New Hampshire and he's an incredible musician. And so when I started here and saw his name all over the wall, I got really excited. And I even said to myself, someday I got to get him in here to even just talk to the band students. And so when he brought this idea up, I said, awesome. And he's exactly what I expect him to be. Very cool, very laid back. So many stories just from all the places he's played and the people he's played with. You could actually see the look in the jazz band students' eyes and how they changed from when he started the block to the end of the block. They sounded better. They were excited. And just listening to him play is reason enough to be excited.
Daly was a band captain and a part of the class of 1975. He came to visit the band program and to tell the kids about his upcoming show, Stardust to Penny Lane, held here at Winnicott on November 24th at 3 p.m.
Just worked with the Winnicott High School Jazz Band, and to tell you the truth, it's such a thrill for me to do this because I was a student. I graduated in 1975 right here in this school, went through the music program. All I wanted to do was play my trumpet, and I went to UNH after that, and now I get to come back 40 years later to work with the high school band and to play a concert in the auditorium, and it is such a thrill for me.
That's all I have for you today, Winnicott. This is Michael Dunleavy, signing out.
Check out who's playing live. There will be a show on November 24th at the auditorium in Winnicott.
Hey Jack, do you want to come over today and practice some music after school?
Sorry, Anthony, but I have tech.
What's tech?
Tech crew for the fall play, obviously. And we've been putting in the hours to get ready for the show next weekend on November 15th. In case you haven't heard, Winnicott's fall play is called Puffs. It's a story about wizards in the not very well known part of Hogwarts. Organized by Mr. Moore, the students have been practicing since September, and performances are next Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. and ending on Sunday at 2. Tickets are 10 for adults and 7 for students and seniors. You better be there. Everyone will get a chance to see a snippet of it in the next week's advisory period.
Thanks for letting me know. I'll definitely have to go.
How do you plan on getting there? Are you going to drive there?
Yeah, of course. Why do you ask?
Well, I know that a senior at Winnicott, Kaylee Boyle, is going to do a lot of driving next year.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too. Kaylee bought a van and plans on taking a gap year and traveling across the country.
That's so cool. Maggie and Julia went and checked out the van and asked her about her plans for next year. Let's take a look.
Senior Kaylee Boyle has recently added an addition to her life. Just recently, she bought a van that she plans to use to travel the country with.
Welcome. Come in. My name is Kaylee and I'm a senior. I bought Marley the van about a month ago because I am planning on taking a gap year and traveling in her across the country.
By taking a gap year following graduation, her cross-country trip plans to be around 6 months, while she will only be staying stationary in a few places.
So for my trip, I want to do like a whole basically clockwise circle around the country. I want to go down to Florida and through Texas, through the desert, up through California, and I'm probably going to stay in Oregon and Washington for a while. I think they're just really beautiful states, and I'm going to enjoy my time there. And then I'll probably come back through Colorado and the mountains. It'll probably be like a 6-month trip, I'm guessing, but we'll see.
In addition to working since freshman year, she has turned one of her hobbies into a business in order to earn more money at home and on the road.
To save up, not just for the build, but actually for the trip, I started an art business because I love to paint. And so my business, One Love Paintings, is up and running. So if you'd like to check that out and support my trip, that would be fantastic.
This extra income should allow for her to complete the renovations she would like for the van.
In the spring, I plan on completely redoing the inside of her and putting solar panels on top and doing a solar system so I can have a fridge and some lights in here just to make it more comfortable to live in.
If you haven't already, be sure to check out Kaylee's work. For WHTV, this is Maggie and Julia.
Wow, she's going to be quite the traveler.
I know. I can't wait to hear more about her in the future.
Same. She should do a travel vlog. I'm so excited for this long weekend.
Me too. Did you hear about cross country's great season this year?
Yeah, I did, and there were some more sports that had a great fall season also. This sports season, Winnacunnet had a couple of sports that have done very well this year, like cross country. This year in cross country, the JV boys team won their first ever championship, and varsity also won their state meet. There are 3 athletes that qualified for New England's, which will be taking place tomorrow. Those athletes are McKenna Whalen, Colin Donnelly, and Noah Teresina, who will be representing Winnacunnet in the meet tomorrow. These are some true hard workers and students to admire. Let's make sure we encourage them for their race tomorrow. Not only cross country, but Winnacunnet have had 2 other sports that have had a successful season. Field hockey had a winning season of 11 wins and 4 losses and made it to the playoffs. Meanwhile, volleyball had a great season this year with a record of 13-5 and made it to the semifinals, which the volleyball team hasn't done in more than a decade. These teams have worked hard this season, so make sure to congratulate the players on those teams for those accomplishments this season.
That's very true. Some true dedication has been put into both of those sports. Good luck to them this weekend.
Well, that's all we have for you today.
Enjoy your long weekend and make sure you thank any veterans you see.
Bye.
Hey.
That was so fast. Good job.
We did it.
That was really good, guys.
How do I feel being on this?
Great.
Okay.
Okay. How do I do this? Should I go like this, Anthony?
Sure.